Hello, everyone. My name is Olivia, and today I'm going to share with you a story. So, stretch your bodies, wiggle out all your jiggles, take a deep breath. Maybe grab a blanket or a pillow. Get nice and cozy. Are you ready? This story is about a squirrel. You know about squirrels, right? You've seen them outside, climbing up trees or balancing very carefully on telephone wires, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. They're pretty incredible creatures. Well, this story is about Leroy. Leroy was born in the spring, and when Leroy was born, he spent about 10 weeks cozy up nice and warm inside of his home. And all he would do is eat and sleep and eat and sleep. And his body was growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally, about 10 weeks later, he came out of his nest and began to explore the world around him. Leroy followed his mom everywhere, watched her every move, watched as she balanced on the wires and jumped from tree to tree. And eventually, Leroy began to make some friends of his own. He loved playing with the other squirrel friends. They'd play tag and chase each other up and down the trees. He also learned how to search for food, like chestnuts. And of course, he practiced his jumping from one branch to another. Now, as the weeks passed, so did the weather. It went from warm, sunny, beautiful summer to a little cooler. The wind started blowing, the air was much cooler, and the leaves on the trees all started to change colors and slowly fall to the ground. Well, Leroy's mom told Leroy, "It's time for you to build your own home. You're too big, and we can't share a home anymore. Winter is coming, and you must go and prepare a home." Well, Leroy felt a little spooked. He didn't really know how to build a home, and he didn't quite like the idea of being alone, but he knew he can do it. And, well, of course, he had so many friends, so he decided he would just go and ask for help from some of his friends. So first he went to go visit his good friend Beaver. "Beaver, Beaver," he called. Beaver, well, my mom said that our nest is too small and I need a new home. So I was wondering, could I live with you?" And Beaver responded, "Oh, sure, of course. I've never had a squirrel as a roommate before. You can certainly live with me. Follow me to my home." So Beaver came out of the water, walked along the side, and showed Squirrel his home. "Whoa, what a big home," Squirrel said. "There's so much space here. Oh yeah, I can live here." Squirrel began to climb inside of Beaver's dam, and it was kind of wet and a little cold, and he kept wiggling and tried to find a spot, and finally he found one spot that wasn't so wet, and he curled up and he said, "Okay, I'm just gonna rest my eyes." And Squirrel started to fall asleep. Well, all of a sudden he heard chomp 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 chomp. Oof. What is all that noise? Squirrel thought. So he crawled out of the dam and he took a peek over, and there it was, Beaver, chopping and chopping and chopping on wood. Oh, Beaver," said Squirrel, can Can you not make so much noise? I'm trying to sleep. Beaver said, oh, no, 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 no. I gotta work, 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 work. Winter is coming. We gotta build this dam up nice, big, and strong. And plus, I quite enjoy chewing on some wood. Sorry, squirrel. Chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, 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 chomp. Oh, all right. Squirrel realized Beaver's dam wasn't gonna work. So he said, thanks, Beaver, but I'm gonna go see if I can find a new home. See you around. Beaver said goodbye, and Squirrel went on his way. Who can I ask next? He thought. Who would be like me, who won't eat wood all night? Skunk. Skunk will be a perfect roommate. So Squirrel ran over to Skunk and said, hey, Skunk, so Mom said that our nest is getting too small and I can't really live with her anymore, so I was wondering, can I live with you? And Skunk took a couple of minutes to think. Well, I've never had a squirrel live with me before. In fact, I've never had a roommate before, and I guess my home might be big enough. Sure, why not, said Skunk. And Squirrel said, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Skunk. And Squirrel followed Skunk to his home. Looks a little dirty and, well, but yeah, it looks like it has space, said Squirrel. And Squirrel climbed in, and Skunk went in with them. And they hung out, and they talked all night, and they had such a great time together. Just as it was time to fall asleep, Squirrel curled up into his ball. Good night, Skunk. And Skunk curled up as well. Good night, Squirrel. And they both started to fall asleep. When all of a sudden, oh my goodness, what is that awful smell? Said Squirrel. Oh my goodness, that is a terrible smell. And Skunk woke up and said, oh yeah, sorry, well, that was me. Yeah, some people say that I can be a little bit stinky, so oh, a little stinky, said Squirrel. Oh my goodness, that is terrible. I'm sorry, Skunk. I really appreciate the offer, but I just don't think I can stay here. And Squirrel left, and he wondered and wondered, who am I going to live with? And as he was on his walk, he stumbled across his friend Turtle. Hey, Turtle, where do you live? And Turtle said, well, I usually just like to hang out on a rock. That's where I live. I sleep on a rock. Oh, cool, said Squirrel. Well, so I don't really have a home right now, and I was wondering, can I live with you? And Turtle thought and said, well, I can't see why not. And so slowly, Squirrel followed Turtle all the way to his home. And when they got there, they sat. And they sat. And they sat. And they sat. Well, Turtle, I'm wondering, would you like to do something? I'm getting kind of bored just sitting here all day, and I would like to move my body, so maybe we can do something. What do you want to do? And Turtle thought and said, "Well, I like to go swimming." Yeah, sure, said Squirrel. "That's a great idea. Let's go for a swim." And Turtle jumped into the water, and Squirrel followed him. And Turtle was swimming and swimming and swimming, and Squirrel was oh my goodness. Squirrel realized he can't hold his breath for as long as Turtle can, and well, oh, this isn't gonna work either. "Thanks, Turtle," said Squirrel, and he went on his way. Squirrel sat underneath a big oak tree and started to feel quite sad and worried. He thought, "What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" And as he sat there, beginning to cry as he felt quite sad he had no home and he didn't really know what he was going to do, all of a sudden he heard a voice. "Hello, Squirrel. Oh, don't cry." "Who's that?" said Squirrel. He looked around and he didn't see anybody. "Oh, it's me, the oak tree," she said. Squirrel looked up and he realized the branches, the leaves, the tree was talking to him. "Oh, oak tree, I don't have a home and I don't know what I'm going to do, and it's getting so cold and I don't know what I'm going to do." "Well," said the oak tree, "you are in luck. You found the perfect home. Many squirrels love to use my long branches as a home. Oh, and they like to use all of my beautiful warm leaves. Let me help you out. Take a look below you. Do you see all those leaves around you? Well, I want you to gather them in your mouth and climb up the tree." And so Squirrel gathered a bunch of leaves and sticks that he found and shoved them inside of his mouth. Okay, I'm ready to climb the tree." And he climbed up the oak tree. And the oak tree slowly guided him and told him how to build a very own home. "A dray is the name of your home," said the oak tree, "and you can stay here for as long as you'd like." Squirrel climbed inside. Oh, it was so warm and cozy, and he was so proud that he had finally built a home of his own. So, I wonder, have you ever seen Squirrel's home? You have? Well, I would encourage you to go for a walk. Take a look around up in the trees and tell me how many squirrel homes you can find. And if you take a close look, and if you stand there very patiently and quietly, you just might see a squirrel. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the squirrel story. And I would say, go out for a walk and see how many squirrel homes you can find, and if you can find any squirrels inside of them. But don't forget to wear your mask. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.